What's up, guys? Ruben Velasquez here, aka the Nintendo God. And in today's episode, I'm going to be making another review. This time it's going to be on the Super Mario Galaxy 1 and Super Mario Galaxy 2 Bundle Pack Collection for the Switch 1. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's review as much as I did making it. And if you haven't already, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And of course, comment on what is your favorite Galaxy from Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. And with that being said, I'm going to be reviewing this collection in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So Super Mario Galaxy 1 plus 2 are remastered ports of Super Mario Galaxy 1 and Super Mario Galaxy 2 from the Nintendo Wii era. So they came out. Galaxy 1 I think came out 2007 and Galaxy 2 came out 2011. So relatively close to each other during the Wii era. So I guess I'll start with Galaxy 1. So Galaxy 1 is an all-time classic, not gonna lie. It has amazing level design, amazing power-ups, amazing bosses. Just a good game all around, 10 out of 10. But I guess I'll start off with the story for Galaxy 1. So basically, it's the Star Festival that happens every 100 years, and Princess Peach invites Mario to the castle to enjoy the festival and all that. So, as Mario is running his way to Peach's castle, Bowser invades the kingdom, kidnaps Princess Peach, and brings her castle up into outer space using a UFO, which is crazy. And, Mario gets launched into space by Kamek, who is a total biatch during that cutscene, which is pretty accurate, honestly. And Mario ends up on a planetoid called the Gateway Galaxy. And that's where he meets the Lumas and the mother of the cosmos, Rosalina, which is honestly my favorite princess other than Princess Peach and Daisy. So, Rosalina tells you, you gotta stop Bowser from conquering the universe. And you gotta collect power stars because that's what fuels her ship, I guess her vessel, her spaceship, the Comet Observatory. And of course you gotta also collect the Grand Stars as well as the Power Stars. So in order to do that, Rosalina lends you a Luma, who I guess doesn't really have an actual name. Like everyone just calls her the baby Luma, so not an actual name, but it's okay. Anyways, so yeah, that's basically the main story of Galaxy 1, where you just gotta collect stars and grand stars and travel to different galaxies and see what's up and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a pretty basic story for when it comes to Mario, especially 3D Mario. The galaxies are beautifully crafted. I love a lot of the galaxies in this game. The Good Egg Galaxy, Honey Hive Galaxy, Space Junk Galaxy. Oh my god, I could name off every single galaxy, but we'd be here all night. So, yeah, I'm not going to be naming off every single galaxy in this game because there's too many to count, but I can name them all if you really want me to, but I'm not going to do that. So, yeah, every single galaxy in this game is beautifully crafted, like I mentioned before. Honestly, not anything wrong with a single galaxy, in my opinion, except for probably the ones that are just like mini games. Like the Stingray galaxies, where you just gotta ride a Stingray to the end of a race. Those galaxies are sort of meh because you're not actually like running around, jumping, collecting coins and stuff like that. You're just riding a Stingray to the end of the race. So like that's about it. Those galaxies are sort of meh for me. Other than that, every other galaxy in the game is beautifully crafted. The power-ups are pretty unique for Galaxy, being it as the first space adventure for Mario. So you got power-ups like the bee mushroom, the boo mushroom, The Fire Flower and Ice Flower make an appearance in this game. You also get, hold on, let me think. The Red Star, which is unique to Galaxy 1 because it's never been in another Mario game since, not even Galaxy 2, which is surprising. Which basically lets you fly freely in the air, and if you've seen the Galaxy movie, then you know what I'm talking about. I think that's the only other instance of the Red Star power-up being in a Mario product, which is in the Galaxy movie, because it was only ever in Galaxy 1, and not in, like, 3D World, 3D Land, Odyssey, none of them, so pretty disappointing that an amazing power-up like the Red Star only showed up twice in Nintendo's history, in Galaxy 1 and in the Mario Galaxy movie. So, yeah. The bosses in Galaxy 1 are pretty cool to fight. There's King Caliente. You fight him twice in this game, not gonna lie. One of them is like for a Grand Star, the other one is for a normal star. And then the Bowser Jr. fights, and the Bowser fights are chef's kiss, not gonna lie. Like, no joke, the best fights in this game. Because, especially the music that plays, oh my god. The music in Galaxy 1 is phenomenal. Like, the first orchestrated Mario game to ever grace our ears in history, bro. Like, not gonna lie, the best music ever. But yeah, let me talk about a little bit more of the bosses. So you got King Caliente. You got Dino Piranha. You got Bouldergeist. You have Major Burrows. Fiery Dino Piranha, because that's another one in Multi Monster Galaxy. Trying to think. Oh yeah, and then there's oh my god. There's like a giant spider. I know it's like Tatanga, but that's a different character in Mario from Super Mario Land. Tatanga. I think that's. I don't know. It's been a while since I've beaten that boss, to be honest. But I think it's Tatanga. Yeah, Tatanga. Yeah, but there's that boss, which is just a giant spider, which I think is pretty cool. You basically have to shoot yourself, like launch yourself into its like little weak spots, which I think is unique. Because it's again a 2D plane, so like, you know, can't just freely roam around and do whatever you want in that boss fight. So, but yeah, other than that, yeah, I don't think there's really much for Galaxy 1. Oh, let me talk about the ending. Oh my god. If you haven't beaten this game, I highly recommend you probably skip this part of the video because I'm going to be talking about the final boss of Galaxy 1. So basically, oh my god, you basically travel to the center of the universe using Rosalina's Comet Observatory. So like after you collect the amount of stars required to head to the center of the universe, Rosalina brings you to the center of the universe to rescue Princess Peach from Bowser. Oh my god, the music that plays in that level, oh my god. That is honestly really well written music, to be honest. And then the fight against Bowser, oh my god, you're basically fighting him to decide the fate of the entire universe, which I think is a really good thing to do. Because usually Bowser boss fights are usually not this intense and epic, but for Galaxy 1, Nintendo was cooking in 2007, not gonna lie. But yeah, and then once you defeated Bowser, he literally gets exploded in a supernova. And yet, bro still comes back like nothing ever happened. Every single time, bro. Like, every single time you think Bowser's defeated once and for all, he comes back. And that's only because Nintendo needs to produce more Mario content for their games, for their consoles. And then it ends off with Mario saying, "Welcome, welcome, a new galaxy." And then it shows all the galaxies that you traversed in the game. And I think that's a perfect way to end off Galaxy 1. But, yeah, so that's basically Galaxy 1. Now let me talk about Galaxy 2. So Galaxy 2 starts off the same way as Galaxy 1, where President Peach invites Mario to see the stars for the Star Festival, and invites him to go to her castle to see them with her. And of course, along the way, you notice that Bowser is rampaging through Peach's castle, basically invading. But it's just him this time, none of his airships or anything like that. Not even Kamek shows up in this intro. But basically, this time Bowser is like the size of fucking Godzilla, so like it's a little bit different, I guess. And yeah, he basically captures Princess Peach when in his giant form, and brings Princess Peach to the center of the universe. So once again, Mario has to save Princess Peach from Bowser again. So it's basically a retelling of Galaxy 1, but just with a fresh coat of paint. Now in Galaxy 2, a few new things are added to the game to spice things up. So there's Yoshi for one, because it's shown on the box art. As you can see, it's right there. Yoshi shows up in this game. You get to use Yoshi in a few levels in Galaxy 2. Some of them are really beautifully crafted, like in the Yoshi Star Galaxy. You get to use, that's where you basically get introduced to using Yoshi in the game. I like how you can use Yoshi to like eat up enemies and fruit and pull things with Yoshi's tongue, which I think is cool to do. Because the only other game that so far in the timeline of Nintendo where Yoshi was with Mario in the recent games at the time of Galaxy 2, so this was like 2011, was New Super Mario Brothers Wii on the Wii. And that was because it was a 4-player multiplayer game, so. But yeah, other than Yoshi, Yoshi gets power-ups in this game. So you got the Blimp fruit, you got the Dash fruit, you got the Glow fruit. Glow fruit? Or something glow, I think it's Glow fruit, yeah. I don't remember the actual name of the fruit. So there's those 3 fruits. And I don't think there's any other fruit power-ups for Yoshi in this game. But for Mario, he gets a slew of new power-ups. So you got the Rock Mushroom, the Cloud Flower, the, oh my god, I'm trying to remember. Oh my god. The Rock Mushroom, the Cloud Flower, the Drill power-up, which is not really like a power-up you transform to in this game. It's more like an add-on to Mario's current abilities, so like you just carry a drill with you. But people call it a drill power-up, so I'm just going to call it that, drill power-up. And of course, some returning power-ups like the Boo Mushroom, the Fire and Ice Flowers, the, No, I think that's all the returning power-ups, to be honest. But yeah, then every single galaxy in Galaxy 2 is also beautifully crafted as well. Not a single one I actually hated, unlike Galaxy 1 with the Stingray levels. So yeah, that's basically all the galaxies in Galaxy 2. Like, I could name off every single galaxy again in Galaxy 2 if I really wanted to, but I'm not going to do that because that's going to take forever. But, let me talk about the final boss now, because I talked about everything else in Galaxy 2 now, so let me talk about the final boss. So just like Galaxy 1, they made Galaxy 2's final boss purely epic. Like, you basically fight giant-ass Bowser to once again decide the fate of the entire universe. But this time it's rebranded for him being huge this time and not normal size. I dropped it. Fuck. But yeah, it's, yeah, Galaxy 2 is just more of Galaxy 1. So, like, if you wanted to play more of Galaxy 1, then Galaxy 2 is perfect for you. If I had to rate this collection, I had to give it a 10 out of 10. It's honestly my favorite 3D Mario games of all time. Now, if you remember from yesterday's review video, I said that Mario Odyssey was my second favorite 3D Mario game of all time, and that's only because Galaxy 1 and 2 are my first favorite Mario games of all time. Because one, nostalgia bias, because I grew up on the Wii. So Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2 were just always there for me growing up. You know, they were my first 3D Mario games I ever played. So like, you know, I have to say that they're my number one favorites at this point. Like, it's just nostalgia bias right now. So 10 out of 10 for this collection. It's beautifully made on Switch as well. So like the controls are not really different. You just use like the R button to like point and all that. So like you use it to like center your pointer. So like instead of like a sensor bar on the Wii, you don't really have that on the Switch. So you just use your Pro Controller or your Joy-Cons. And you basically just like, you know, use it like a Wii Remote and Nunchuck like you would in Galaxy 1 and 2. But of course with Joy-Cons or Pro Controller. Now, I've never played this collection before with a Joy-Con. I've only ever played it with a Pro Controller, which is surprising. Never really played these games in handheld play before because what's the point? Because, you know, in handheld, I think that's the only thing that sucks about the Galaxy 1 and 2 ports for Switch is that if you're playing in handheld, you gotta use the touchscreen on the Switch screen to grab the star bits, which kind of blocks your vision of view for the gameplay. And I don't like that. I don't like that part for the Switch remastered port of this game. Because it kind of makes the experience not fun. That's why I'd rather play this collection on my TV, docked mode, with my Pro Controller, because it feels more natural that way for me. But yeah, and then there's also an assist mode in this game like there was in Odyssey, but this time the assist mode's kind of stupid because you can either get a life up mushroom, and of course it stops you from it prevents you from falling off levels. Like it bubbles you back up to the level. So if you decide to fall off the stage or something, it bubbles you back on so that nothing ever happened. But yeah, you get a life up heart, and that kind of like is kind of stupid because you can already get the life up heart mushroom already in the game. So like there was no point of that for the assist mode. So yeah. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's where I'll be ending up today's review of the Super Mario Galaxy 1 plus 2 collection on Switch. I know this review was a little bit more shorter than my Odyssey review, but that's only because Galaxy 1 and 2 are less packed games when it comes to content, unlike Odyssey. So, with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's review so much as I did making it. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and comment down below what is your favorite Galaxy from both Galaxy 1 and 2. And with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow for my next review. Well, I will be reviewing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Switch. So stay tuned for that video when that comes out tomorrow. Anyways, with that being said, this is Ruben Velasquez, aka the Nintendo Gods, signing out. Peace. Bye, guys.